Welcome to the channel. Today we are joined by George from Visual Group. Following the success of our last collaboration we had with Visual Group, today we're going to be taking you through the manufacture, assembly and fitting of a commercial lightbox sign. Right, so let's roll the video. Okay then George, what's the very first step in this process?
Well, you first need the artwork, which is sort of established between customer and designer. You need the CNC. You can't do much without routing your materials to required shapes. You simply set it up, turn it on.
You make it sound very, very simple. I suppose there's a lot of work that goes into it to get the artwork prepared and program into the
It
CNC.
does. So here's CNC making the backs of the letters.
As we're watching this video back now, and of course we've been and fitted it, but the letters were built up in 3 stages, like a front, a wall of the letter, and then a back of the letter. Is that right, George? Yeah. So
Correct, yeah. You have your faces made out of acrylic, the backs out of foam.
So
and
how do you make the walls of these letters?
Well, as you can see here, this is a letter bender machine. Well, software first and then that's the machine. You put your material, you choose your material and offer it on. It has to be like in a sort of a straight manner, otherwise it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You load up your graphics and
So these sections that are highlighted there, the sections that it will be bending, is that
correct?
Right?
Yeah, yeah. The machine would follow those guides, those vectors, and it would just apply force to the material.
So it's just crimping the material, is that right? Is that all it's
Sort of,
doing?
yeah. By the time it's done, it's close, very close to the shape that you actually require for the letter.
Ah, wow. It's a great machine. I've never seen it used before. I think it's fantastic. So how do you go about fitting that then to the fronts and the backs of these letters?
Well, first of all, you have to sort of place them with tape.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be something really fancy. It just has to be secure in place for glue.
Yeah.
You apply some structural glue to it, and that's about it, really.
And that's it.
Has to-
You're gluing this to the acrylic that you've used on the front of the letter.
face. Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
And that's
glue it.
100% watertight, I suppose, when it's done.
It is.
Yeah.
Nothing gets through it, and it's secure for years. It wouldn't move.
And then these letters are then fixed to you call them trays, is that right?
Yeah. So you route the trays like big rectangles, and some parts are grooves, some parts are cutouts.
What kind of material is this, George?
Well, that's a bit interesting. It's like plastic and aluminium. It's a composite material.
Oh, so it's strong and light. And,
It's light.
and durable.
It's quite durable, and it looks good. And you have like 2 options right from the start. It can be like matte or gloss, depending on which side you choose.
Yeah.
And they also come in different colors and all that. And if you're still not happy with the said color, you can apply vinyl to it, and
these are cut out on the CNC again, is that right? I can see the...
they will be, here's another colleague applying LED modules again. This will be Val.
And this is for the same, just to illuminate, not a letter in that situation, but is it another part of the sign that's illuminated?
Yeah, this customer wanted at the side some like phone number and some other details.
Ah, yeah.
And they would show up over a blue surface lit from inside the tray.
Ah, well, we'll see that later on, won't we, in the video?
Of course, and this is how you apply the letters. Here's how you'd apply your phone number to the tray with adhesive tape.
Ah, yeah. Oh, wow.
Again,
Making sure
very
it's square.
sturdy, very resilient tape. It doesn't really, you could try and pull it and it wouldn't come apart.
And here's a bit of a blue detail. And how was it you're putting that on there? That wasn't
Yeah, in
printed
this
on it.
case it had some vinyls.
Ah, so here we are.
Yeah.
I came on site this day. It was a good day. It was a bit overcast, but we got there. And you call these the back trays, is that right? And these were made on the...
Yeah, these would support the front trays, and for left and right would have the LED modules on them.
Yeah.
So anything like transformers or wires in between trays would sit inside of there, so they're not on display. No one wants to see a bunch of wires and power sources in that.
And as I remember you saying, it had to be perfectly flat and true. That's right. So they were just double checking that everything.
They have to be flat. They have to interlock.
Yeah.
It's very little room for. They have to be installed correctly.
Yeah.
I should say.
So when the wiring's done here, yeah, we're just fixing it up. The next step, we just, well, not simply, but the the front trays are then placed over that. Is that right?
Yeah, just slide them on.
Oh.
I mean, it sounds really easy, and sometimes is. Sometimes it might take a bit of doing, but not a lot, minutes really.
I can see these aluminium brackets there. What's their purpose?
Well, to increase the strength.
Yeah.
Because when it's grooved, it becomes like flexible, slightly flexible. You don't want that. You want it to be more sturdy.
Yeah.
And so you add them to keep it from flexing.
Yeah, we have another member of the team there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it all fits together, I see.
It does. I think you've done some of them as well. This is you.
Yeah, there you go. So the front tray and the walls that were put through the letter bender, they were pre-drilled in the workshop, is that right?
And then you offer screws through the return into Fomex.
And then you test it to make sure it comes on.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
I think we had already tested it to make sure before we put those on. That's right.
It gets tested in the shop first, so that you don't just go there and it doesn't light up, and then you test it on site, obviously, to make sure.
It does look great.
It has some protection layer that you have to peel off.
So another service that you offer, is that right?
Yeah, in this case they wanted some vinyls. That's what you could see here. We're applying some vinyls.
Right, so there we have it. That's our the finished sign that we collaborated with Visual Group. It looks fantastic. Customer's really happy with it. I like the little play on words that they've done there as well with the Fridays. It's a great little chippy. And also, they asked Visual Group to make a menu board, which you'll see looks absolutely fantastic there. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank George for letting me come along. Well,
anytime.
Film this and also check out Visual Group's website, and they've also got a YouTube channel. This is just a small selection of what they can do. So thanks very much for that. And finally, if you've liked this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Keep coming back and see you on the next one.